Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Kyle and Trevor. Say hi, Kyle and Trevor. Kyle first.
Hello, everyone.
No, what? Kyle first this time? Why?
Kyle first.
Hello, everyone.
Shut up, Kyle.
Alrighty.
Who said you could go
okay.
first? Trevor. I'm
Howdy,
so
howdy.
sorry. I'm so sorry, Trevor, that he cut you off like that for no reason.
You cut me off,
No
though.
reason at all. That's crazy. We are here today with the JOJOLands Chapter 3. What's the name of this chapter again? The Owner of the Lava Rock. This third chapter was really, really good. What do you mean?
If you're talking about Chapter 3, are you talking about... Wait, it's loading.
No,
The Villa on the Island of Hawaii Part 1?
It's pronounced via, idiot. You don't say the L's. I guess you wouldn't know since I took all of yours. Wait. We're talking about JOJOLands. It's been 2 months. The bi... Well, it's not the bisexual. What's stronger than the bisexual devil? Is it because we had a whole month break. We had a whole month off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can't be a devil because that's Chainsaw Man. This has to be like a stand ability.
Like I don't know. There's a stand called
What's
the World or something.
Yeah, something like that. We got reverse Made in Heaven.
That's so true. Made in Heaven. It's the exact same power, but it's good. Anyways, JOJOLands Chapter 9. I'm pretty sure this is. Yeah, Chapter 9.
Yes.
Owner of the Lava Rock. This was a pretty good chapter. I'd say there were three sections. There's three sections to this chapter.
Three, but the two of the three are like the same group. It's just like one thing happened and then it cuts away and then it cuts back to them.
So, overall, what did you guys think about the chapter?
I enjoyed it. There's a couple things there I was like, whoa, no way. Like, actually?
Yeah. How about you, Kyle?
I liked this chapter kind of. It seems like starting at the next chapter, we're going to finally be getting into some action. But I liked a lot of the information reveal and sort of the discussion that this chapter generates. I'd say the two biggest things are what exactly happens in the watch shop and like learning more about the lava rocks, and then what happens toward the ending of the chapter.
The episode, Kyle.
Sorry.
Goodness gracious. I liked the chapter. I got to see a little bit more of JoJo's character. I don't think it built on his character. Like, it's just more like foundational stuff. It's stuff we already knew. But cool to see him go off a little bit. I think the most interesting and biggest part of the biggest part of the chapter is at the end. But I think the most interesting part of this chapter is kind of the implications that come from the lava rock and seeing how kind of how it works, maybe a tiny little bit. But I enjoyed it. Feels good to be back with JOJOLands for like 3 months until it goes on break again, which would suck.
Yeah, I disagree on that. I think the most important thing in this chapter was the fact that Mrs. Joestar is an important character, as she has been mentioned not once but twice.
Oh yeah, she's pretty hot too.
Yeah. That too.
Yeah. Well, without further ado, would you like to get right into it?
Yeah, let's.
All right.
Well, that was the segue, Brandon. Oh my gosh.
What? Huh?
You just ruined the segue. I made a perfect segue because I started talking about the very first panel of the very first page, and then you just threw it away by asking if we wanted to talk about.
I don't care about JoJo's mom. I'm not going to discuss JoJo's mom.
You should. You just did.
I'm not. I said that she's hot.
My
That's the amount that I'm going to discuss of her. Kyle, lead the discussion on this first part. You're the JoJo.
Sure. I
no, this is part 9.
Oh my gosh, you're right. It is part 9. It is my part. Anyways, we get to see JoJo's chatting up the MILF in the room, right? And she's like, "What do you guys want for dinner?" And JoJo's like, "I'm not even hungry right now. I'm so edgy." And then and then it's kind of based, and then Paco is like, JoJo, who gave you cat heads? And JoJo's like, I don't know, and I don't care because I'm cool. And Paco's like, well, you should just give him the rock, you know, that'll just make it a lot easier, right? You know, we just got like, we just got to get out of here. And JoJo's like, no, you're stupid and cringe, and that's dumb. And I'm not gonna do that because I have to protect this. I'm gonna kill the rock if it doesn't do good. And then we go to Dragona. So that's this section. That's the section. What did you guys think about this first little section here? About the stuff talked about JoJo, Paco, JoJo's mom. I don't know if Trevor, you want to talk about her.
I mean, I can't talk about JoJo's mom. I mean,
No,
I think
just
it's
talk
really
about whatever you want to
interesting.
talk about.
Okay,
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
yeah. Because like the last time that we've had a character, a character's mom who is like made an appearance in JoJo's was part 4, right? Which is crazy.
No, we saw Jolene's mom.
No, like I mean like an
Was it-
actual appearance, as in like
Trevor.
was important.
Trevor.
Besides
Trevor.
in passing.
Trevor, part 4.
What?
Part 4. Are you dying on that hill? Are you dying on the hill of part 4?
I don't think that's a good hill to die on.
What's your
Jolene. There's literally two
Motherhood
mothers. There's
being
literally
like
two
a
mothers.
central theme to motherhood.
Yes, but you want to know who like doesn't have a mother? The main character, the protagonist.
He has 2
Yosuke
moms.
Joestar.
He has 2 moms, and they aren't even gay.
No, he has 2 dads. He only has 2 dads. He is the son of Josefumi and Yoshikaga Kira. Gosh, oh my gosh.
No, you can't just do that. You can't just
So
be
yes,
wrong.
so yes, I will die on that hill that it was part 4.
No.
I can't tell if it's a bit or you forgot when you said part 4.
No. He has 2 moms, and they're not gay.
No, neither of them are his mom. He wasn't given birth to.
He was given birth to twice.
No, because he's a different person. That's like one of the other main themes, is that Josuke is a different person.
Yeah, and he
than
still
I like
accepts
the
Yoshikage
Holly
or
as his
burrito bit.
mother.
I thought that bit was funny.
He's literally given birth to twice.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, one from the womb, one from the spirit. Kyle, what do you have to say about this first section?
First of all, I like the chicken burrito bit. I think it's pretty funny how Paco won't shut up about them, and then just JoJo's reaction to hearing when his mom asks that. Secondly, on page 5 for reference, and I know this is what would be a funny name for this imposter Amogus?
Sus.
The not Paco.
Sus.
When Sus at the very bottom. What he said there, it kind of reminded me of whenever one of our friends tried reading SBR and they said like Johnny making some conclusion about like how high up it went. This seemed it kind of reminded me of that. It's just funny how he's like, it could be like the mafia. No, someone lower, indicating a personal threat. Just it was kind of a weird jump, but I think it's fine. But
He's talking about himself there.
no, I mean I know knowing that. Yeah, but it is funny.
What other things?
I'm just kind of skimming through real quick. They're talking more about the lava rock. One thing I really liked was the little section where not Paco's like, you should just look. I don't know who's after the lava rock, but I think you should just give whoever's looking for the lava rock. And then JoJo's like, Paco, you should just make up your fucking mind. Like, we got the lava rock. I made that promise to Rohan, and even though we're not with Rohan or near him anymore, like I'm still gonna commit to that promise I made. Interesting little bit of characterization for JoJo.
Something I'll say that's in terms of not anything character related is Araki continues to do that stupid thing where he puts the character faces in whatever in like the little text bubbles, and it's stupid and I hate it. I'm not going to mince words there. I think that it's horrible, and I really, really dislike it. Like it actively detracts from the reading experience, and it actively makes the manga worse with them in it, and I hate it. I'm not going to mince words.
Okay, so this is not a bit.
This is not a bit. No. This is me 100% genuinely. I'm not going to mince words here.
Okay,
it
well, here,
actively makes the manga so much worse to have these stupid faces and pictures here.
Okay, well, I don't mind the pictures of stuff like the inanimate objects. I don't know,
You think that we should have to see on page 6 Paco say for that lava rock, and then he speaks the picture into existence? You think like look Araki, I can read. I can
so
read.
I
Araki.
think okay. So I think that it should be a thing that is done for the first arc and then never done again, unless you're talking about like a new character, right?
Well,
and
also,
so because like I've had like several times, like, and the problem is much worse in the anime, right? That like a person will be talked about, and then I'll have to be like, oh shoot, who was that? You know, and with that, I mean, like, I didn't have that problem at all in JOJOLian, right? Because it was done in JOJOLian, and like I don't have that problem here because it's done here, and also we're talking about it weekly instead of me just reading it all the way through. And so I mean, it does help with like knowing who's being talked about.
Okay, but counterpoint, page 7. Why do we need to see the two that are in the watch shop in the text bubbles when we know
Kyle,
who they are?
would you like me to repeat what I said?
Sure.
I said do it for the first volume, and then whenever another character is introduced.
This is volume 3.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is not the first volume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna back that. Like it actively makes the manga a lot worse, and it makes me mad to see. Like you know, the funny memes about SBR's ending with it. You know, please stop this. You don't want to take the holy corpse. No. Yeah, funny memes. No, it actively like pulls you out of the reading experience.
The one thing
it is horrible. Like it's actively atrocious.
I would say if it were like a character who hasn't shown up, and I know that this doesn't apply here, but like, you know, if it's a character we haven't seen for 20 chapters or so, like if it were needed, I could get it, but not for like characters that we already should know or things that we already see, like the lava rock or, you know, Zagi or Dragona. It's just like,
if it's like the end of JOJOLian and Ojiro comes back, and we haven't seen him since like the halfway point, and even then it was just a little flashback scene. Like I think being like Ojiro and then having a face, like while I don't like that still, like I can see the purpose of it there.
Here, page 6, lava rock. Page 8, lava rock. Page 9, lava rock. And then we go back into the watch shop where the lava rock appears again. Like, yeah, no, I would agree. I don't think we need this much repetition. Like we know what they're talking about. We know what the lava rock is. We see it in it's literally the MacGuffin that we see in this chapter. And even
was that me?
And even for new people, we just got done seeing him. I don't think that it's enough. I don't think that we should have to see his face bubbles again.
Yeah, but it's a weird hill to die on. I guess it's kind of a random hill to die on, but like I saw that and I was like, that's horrible. Like
I didn't really
props to Araki for being a great mangaka. It's horrible. Like I actively hate it. But with all that said, let's move on to the watch shop, as you mentioned, Kyle. So the watch shop, kind of a little cool scene. Trevor, would you like to give us the rundown real quick?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get to see back in the watch shop, and there, you know, the manager and like one of the employees is looking everywhere for the missing watch. And I remember us talking in the last episode, and it was mentioned that like Dragona only touched the 3 of the watches, and the one that went missing was one that she never touched to the lava rock. But we get a confirmation that that's not what happened, and she did touch all 4 of the watches to the lava rock. So that simplifies that a little bit, which is good. So yeah, they end up saying, they as in the owner and the manager and the other dude are like, all right, well we're gonna call the cops, and then our two protagonists were like, you can't hold us here. That's kind of illegal. That's a citizen's arrest. But whatever.
No, this takes
So
place in Hawaii, not the United States, Trevor.
that's a good point. I didn't think about it that way. Um, and then they're like, fine. We'll watch the cams to prove that you took it, and so they did. And then we see that Dragona did take it. And that the smooth operators grabbed it and put it under Dragona's bracelets, and then moved it to the little behind her emblem with the lava rock. Um, and then they as in the manager catch Dragona and like, hey, you're gonna go to fucking jail. And then they start patting Dragona down, and Dragona doesn't have the watch, and the watch is now on Man's shoe. And then they're like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. And the watch starts slipping around everywhere. It was great. It was hilarious. And then they end up leaving. And so yeah, basically what is revealed is the way that the lava rock is working is it's making you do the things without realizing that you're doing them. And so Smooth Operators was the one who moved the diamond out of the cup, and that has been stealing stuff half the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
That's cool reveal.
Yeah, so it's not the rock itself has some mystical power. It's that the rock influences you. So then the question is, right, and what you call it, how much we can talk on this, but I know we've talked before on what flow kind of does the rock possess? And it's a question of, is that still the same way? Because it's wiped from everyone's memory whenever stuff happens. It's also interesting to think past on previous scenes, stuff being physically attracted. Though I still think the rock has some power of its own, probably, because we've seen stuff, but that could just be a perspective thing. I don't know. It messes with a lot of stuff because I don't think that we can rely on what we see in the manga, maybe?
Yeah, well, I think part of it is that different people have different abilities, and so the rock is going to use different people's abilities differently.
Yeah, remember whenever they tested the $20 bill and it just came back sort of naturally, where it's oh hey, I got the $20 back.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking more against stray cats.
What do you mean specifically? When? Because there's a lot of stuff.
If I'm remembering,
with
with the food in the stomach, didn't the cats physically quote unquote float back? Am I remembering that correctly?
I don't remember, but there's probably some way that you could contort that to be that was actually an example of November Rain being used with maximum infinite spin up, and instead of whatever.
So true. Yeah, I think
I would really hate if that was what is actually happening there.
What do you think, Kyle?
Okay, so I'm
You're
just
the
trying to
JoJo's
remember.
guy.
Yeah. Though with all of what we've seen so far, I know this might just be kind of a basic response. I think it has a myriad of things it can do. The one essential function is it attracts things of value, and it does what it needs to get those things of value back to it, and it will utilize what's around it to do so. I think it could, because it can, as we've seen, it can essentially use other people's stands. It kind of reminds me of like, remember how with like a Chariot Requiem, how it could just make you use your stand against like, well, I know that case is a little different, but I find it similar in that like it's the stand being used without like your direct memory of it. Like with the Dragona didn't know that Smooth Operators was moving it around. So I'm just trying to think of like a good way to word this. Maybe it might be something where it interacts with stand users differently.
It could be.
Yeah, let me reread what's said.
I don't know. I think that it gives you sloppy toppy.
No freaking way.
That's just kind of what I'm feeling. You know.
Gotta get me one of these rocks.
Yeah. So what's said? Page 33. I think just a little. I'm beginning to understand this lava rock. It happened unconsciously for me, and for the shopkeeper and the guards too. Now I know that might not be 100% confirmation, but if we're taking these words at face value, like it happened without anyone's knowledge there, not just Dragona's. Nobody. I mean, even Usagi, like none of them noticed what happened. But through people's emotions and connections, these things that are worth money are sure to eventually come back. So that's why I think like it can just use whatever it needs to, it can use people, it can use how they feel, it can manipulate them. It can do whatever means necessary to pull an object back to it of value.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it's any means necessary. I think it's like the same type of thing as like Wonder of You. Where it's like it can only happen if it's possible to happen.
And even then, Wonder of You is able to do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, but it can't make the Earth spontaneously explode for literally no reason. There has to be a reason.
That's true. Within funny word, logic.
Yeah. Not logic, just reason. I mean, like, I don't want it to be like that, but, like, because, it is kind of, it's a little bit of a cop-out, just saying, like, oh, I can explain this away, it makes sense, because, I mean, like, if you can do anything, then, why could you lose? And then, and then the answer is something as dumb as Go Beyond, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll have to see more examples. Like, I know it's not a quite literal, like, any means necessary, but what I mean is I don't think it's tied to just one method. Like, it can implement a myriad or a plethora of ways of, it's like, oh, okay, well, if this normal method of getting back the item won't work, here's another one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be something like it does just like influence the random chance of everything. But it will also, if there is a faster way to do it by influencing a person unconsciously, then it'll influence a person unconsciously, or animal.
I think it controls the flow of something. Because that's the funny buzzword that they like to use in this trilogy. Guys, you have to say yes. I can't just move on unless you guys say yes.
I'm not going to.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's move on to the final section then. We see that JoJo is kind of chilling a little bit. And we see at the end, we see Paco be like, we should cherish that, don't let go of it. And that's like, well, that's stupid and I don't like you. But we see JoJo's kind of vibing and chilling. He looks over, he sees Paco come back with some food. And Paco's like, hey, ain't this food pretty good? And then JoJo turns around and the other Paco is actively rotting, which is kind of based. And we see a close-up of the other Paco, like, rotting. And then JoJo gets his shit swiped and Real Paku is looking kind of flabbergasted. And then that's the chapter. Is that a pretty good retelling of it, Kyle?
You let that one crucial
I
detail.
don't care.
I think you should.
He got his carotid artery cut. That's
Yeah,
the important
you
detail.
missed.
He's
you missed,
like dead
he
as
got
fuck
fucking
in
attacked.
like 3 minutes. Okay, he will bleed out very
I
quickly.
literally said that he got his shit swiped.
He did not get his shit swiped. Nothing was stolen from him.
No.
Besides his life.
throat was swiped with a knife.
That's not his shit being swiped.
Yeah, his shit
Having
got
your
swiped.
shit swiped means you got robbed, my guy.
No, you could say that he got his shit swiped. That works in the context.
No, it
I'm
does
gonna
not.
disagree. I'm
It
gonna
so
disagree.
works. You guys are stupid.
Says the one using swipe the wrong way.
I'm literally using it correctly. You guys are the ones that are wrong.
If you said like
Right.
he swiped or swipes
No,
at,
it's fine. Let him.
Fine, he
be,
got his
let
shit
him be
swiped.
wrong.
Is that better?
Brit- Yes, that's so much better. That's perfect. That's great. That's amazing, Brandon.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. But yeah, so I mean, somebody's gonna reveal that something can be used as a healing stand, and it'll be great. We haven't had one of those in a
it's-
hot minute.
big question. Is this related to the hair clip from JOJOLANds? I saw something online about that.
Huh?
See, I don't think so, right? Because related in the fact that that's a rock person. That's what I think.
I think it's a rock person. I really, I know I've seen like controversy on like, should rock humans come back? I think rock humans should come back, and I think that we should get more about them. This is like weird cope or whatever, but I really want to somehow learn more about Toru and learn more about Wonderview in this part. Maybe not more about Wonderview, but like more about Toru.
Dude, okay. So we don't know how old the lava rock is, right?
Yeah.
What if the lava rock is like a part of Toru's dead body?
That's certainly a interesting idea.
Now I don't remember how he died. I don't know if he disintegrated completely or anything like that. So that may have no basis.
Well, because at the very least, right, my go-through theory is this has something to do with the rock humans. It would feel very odd if we had an entire part dedicated to rock humans, and then we have a lava rock that has something with flow or fate. See, aren't I talking like a JoJo character?
Exactly. Additionally, the Devil's Palm was
Trevor,
a rock formation.
Devil's Palm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Devil's Palm was actually a rock formation.
In Steel Ball Run, we see that the Devil's...
No, it's in the Steel Ball Run.
Sorry, the Steel Ball Run. I can't keep it up. So stupid. Yeah. I don't know. No matter what, this feels like it's got to have something to do with rock humans. I personally, I'd like it to somehow link back to Toru and Wonder of You in some way, just because I'm still flabbergasted by the fact that Toru showed up with just the strongest base stand, aka one of the strongest abilities in ever, and that's it. It just happened.
Well, no,
so
you don't understand. That's because Toru was the chosen instrument of the flow of calamity to embody the idea of calamity. After Johnny brought the holy corpse there through the power of Tusk Act 4, and it was the shot that kept going because it found the gap.
I know. It's cool. I've seen the video. Look, I've seen the video.
No, you don't understand. Okay? You don't understand.
The video's cool.
No,
I literally do. I saw the same video
It
you
makes
did.
sense, Kyle.
I saw the same
sense,
video that you did.
Because
you showed me the same
isn't
thing.
so much a
That's
stand,
fan
so much
theory.
as
You should take a YouTuber to explain
it.
it.
It's bigger than Toru.
YouTuber shouldn't explain it. YouTuber shouldn't have to explain it and make it canon.
I haven't seen the video though. So
it's a good video.
You should watch it. It's objectively correct.
It's a very.
I don't care if it's objectively correct. I refuse to watch a theory of anything. I do not want flashbacks to MatPat.
No, it's not MatPat.
It's actually it's probably the best JoJolian theory. It's just probably one of the best theory videos I've seen. Yeah, it actually works. It makes sense. in the context of the story.
Okay, so you said JoJolian, and I have no idea why, but I thought of Jolene, and I was really confused for a second. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
JoJo
Like, yeah, it
Lean,
didn't
I'm
make
sorry.
any sense.
That is her name, isn't it?
But either okay, I'd like to believe that this is a rock human that they're facing. That or
Yeah,
it's a
this
stand
is
power.
totally a rock human. No, it's a rock human that has the stand power to shapeshift, to look like somebody else.
That'd be cool if it could like kind of change its rocks and do that.
Yeah.
Like what is it, Doctor Wu, but not quite like Doctor Wu.
But it's a rock human that has
Oingo. It just
Yeah,
has it has like Oingo's power. Except it doesn't suck because he was able to perfectly blend in with the JoJo. Yeah. Very interesting place to leave off with JoJo getting his shit swooped.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like we got some. I feel like we're getting into the fight now. I wanna see more of the hustle fight. Damn it! And I think that we'll see more of that this chapter or next chapter. Sorry.
I think it'll be interesting.
So, does anyone else have anything else that they want to add?
Trevor? Well, if you're this far in the video, then
Not-
obviously there's something you like. So make
Okay,
sure to like,
I did
subscribe,
one
and leave a
slight
comment
thing.
telling us what
Well,
you
it's
thought about this
very,
chapter.
very small.
Thank you all
It's
for
just
watching.
Back to
Certainly
him
hope that you all
getting his
enjoyed.
shit
I'll
smoked.
see you all next time.
The
Bye-bye.
dagger
Bye.
cut so deep into his neck, though. I mean, just look at the amount of blood that's on that thing. Like, that goes so far into his neck.
It'll
That's
be fine.
insane.
Look, hear me out. JoJo's gonna get up.
There has
Hold
to
on.
be a healing stand.
Hear me
There
out.
just has to be a
Well,
healing
if
stand.
you're this far in the
Guys.
episode, then obviously there's
Oh,
something
yeah.
you like. So make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what you thought about the episode. Thank you all for watching. We certainly hope you all enjoy. We will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I already cut it.